500. Hello, and welcome to the Once Upon a Corgi Podcast. I'm your host, Gabby, and I have Audrey and Iron somewhere around here. They've given up on me for this take, and this is episode 81. We are a Crafty Puppy type podcast coming to you from Southern Connecticut. You can find me everywhere online as Gabigales and all my hand-dyed yarn at Once Upon a Corgi and onceuponacorgi.com. Thank you so much to all returning viewers for coming back, and hello and welcome to all new viewers. This is take 4. My battery died, and then I ran out of room on the thing, and it's just been a trial. So this is take 4, hour 2 of this podcast. Did I tell you it was episode 81? It's episode 81. It's going to be a relatively short podcast because I've already run through this 4 times, and we don't have a lot of crafting to show you this week, but I wanted to make sure I got something out before the Rhinebeck craze happened, because Rhinebeck is coming up, and it's coming up quick. So let's get into everything without any more delay. We are in the middle of the pumpkin make-along, which I am hosting with my fellow pump queen, Joanna, from Stitching the High Notes and Opera Jo on Instagram. If you'd like to join us in making, sewing, knitting, crocheting, spinning, cross-stitching maybe, anything pumpkin-themed related or colored, feel free to head over to the Ravelry groups, Once Upon a Corgi Podcast, and the Stitching the High Notes podcast under the groups tab in Ravelry. And that will be going on until November 23rd. I almost said Thursday, the 23rd. It's a Friday. It's the Friday after American Thanksgiving, so you still have plenty of time to join in. Whips are allowed as long as they were under the 50% mark when the cal started. That is it for podcasty announcements. All the other announcements will be going into the shop news section at the end. So let us start off with what am I wearing? I'm wearing the Chuck Pullover by Andy Satterland and my blue zinnia skirt from Colette Patterns, I believe. I believe that's them. If not, I will put it on the screen. It's really wrinkly, so I'm not going to get up and show you. No socks yet today. It's still high 70s outside, so we don't need that many knits. I had a shawl on earlier, but I had to take it off because it got too warm and it smelled like campfire because I wore it to a campfire and I need to wash it again. Oops. So let's get into the crafting bit. Oh man, I put the sweater on the mannequin. This is not my day. We have one finished object for you this week, and that is my Eliska Pullover by Caitlin Hunter in my hand-dyed yarns, Once Upon a Corgi, in the Edgar Allan Poe collection and Nightmares Plus 10. So real quick, we have Tomorrow I Shall Be Fetterless, Insufferably Damp, and Ghoul Haunted Woodlands of Ware. And the black is our Nightmares Plus 10. It is all on a BFL base that I don't carry because it was a test group of skeins, plus merino cashmere nylon because that's what I had dyed up. The pop-up color is on my Fig Lace, which is a mohair silk blend. And I am so excited to finally have this done. I finished it last night at Knit Group, and I went home and wove in all the ends. And so after I record this again, I will block it, and hopefully it will be dry by Rhinebeck. It's been pretty humid outside and inside, so not a lot of things have been drying that easily. It was a very fun and challenging knit, I will say that. There are sections where you hold 3 colors at a time for the color work, which was way more difficult than I thought it would be, but the mohair did not help in that section. But I did learn a lot, and I'm really glad that I knit it. I love her patterns. I love the way her patterns fit, and I'm very excited to continue knitting from her designs. I knit the size small or extra small. I don't remember. I highlighted the pattern and then promptly did not save that copy on my Kindle, so I just sort of, I don't know what I did. I don't know. I think I did a small. There is not a lot of positive ease. I believe hers has 2 or 3 inches of positive ease. Mine is closer to 0 to 1. I don't like my colorwork sweaters being that baggy unless it's a boxy shape, so that's just my style. And I did add 2 inches to the sleeves for my Gigundo large noodle arms because I wanted this to be a sweater I could easily pull over my hands. So that is that. This will be my Saturday Rhinebeck sweater. Whether it's 80 degrees or 50 degrees, I will be wearing this. I don't know what else I will be wearing with it. I just tried it on over my pumpkin shirt, which I have not finished. I just tried it on the mannequin, and I'm not totally happy with the way the collar fits under the shirt, so I might just wear this and pants preferably. Maybe. We'll see. I am very excited to have this off the needles. And for Rhinebeck, let me show you my floats. I think I did an okay job. The top bit is quite messy, but no one's going to be looking at it. So there are all my floats. The bottom half I'm very proud of. Top half not so much. But that's fine. It was just so much. The mohair was hard to hold with other things. But I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I finished it. And now I can move on to my other projects. This has really been the only thing I've been working on in the past week or so because I wanted to get it done. Every time I told myself I had plenty of time, I realized that I did not have plenty of time anymore, and Rhinebeck is almost here. So that is our sweater. Again, I will be blocking it after this and hopefully get some really good photos at Rhinebeck. I need to close my blinds. Every time the sun hits a windshield, I get distracted. I do have a hoe for the only other thing I've been working on. Again, not a lot of crafting. And this is a vanilla sock in a self-striping colorway that Melissa from the Hands That Make Podcast dyed up last year. She gave to me at Rhinebeck. A plain vanilla sock. I used my 2.25 millimeter Haya sock needles with 64 stitches, 2x2 rib, and a afterthought heel and rounded toe. And these guys are in a mini skein from Hue Loco in one of her chartreuse colorways. It didn't come with a name, I don't believe. It was part of the surprise party shawl kit she did at Indian Tangled last year, and Mom traded out this green for a darker green, so I got the mini. Ta-da. So we finished this last week at a candle party, and in my cloud bag that Becky made me. Where is it? Nope, that's the mini. Nope, that's a tag. There we go. I have cast on the second sock. Again, 2x2 ribs, and we are just on the leg. So this will be my Rhinebeck walking around knitting, and then my movie knitting after that. So we're not going to work on it until Rhinebeck, just so we have something we can easily pick up and put down. Oops, now I've like unwound half the mini in the bag. And I'm knitting these on the Haya regulars, not the Haya sharps. I do have the sharps. I just don't pick them up as easily because this bag they will poke right through. I did not match the socks up, but because they are the smaller stripe, I feel like it's not as obvious when you don't match them up. And they're off by, I believe, 4 rows, so it's not like everything will be one color off. But I also don't really care to match my socks. They're just socks. I'll be okay if they don't match. I think if it was a bigger stripe, then I would try harder to do that, but I also cast them on during said candle party, so I wasn't about to sit there and be like, excuse me, you need to move your goods so I can unwind some of my yarn so I can cast on my sock better. You know, it's for knitting. It's very important. So there we go. We have not touched anything else. We haven't touched our other socks, or any of our shawls, or Jake's sweater, or the test knit for the past week for Meg, but our goal is to finish the test knit next and then cast on for another test knit sweater that I have the yarn all dyed up for, and it's gotta be wound. That I have to do today. But everything's lined up, and I would like to finish the back of Jake's sweater by the end of the month to prove to him I am working on it. I'm not just saying I am. I promise it will be finished eventually. And that is the largest piece of that sweater, so I'm hoping the rest of it will fly by. We'll see. I also have not been sewing. The shirt still has no sleeves. I have not touched my sewing machine. We have to do some surgery on the table, which I realized during the last recording. It is a very old desk, and the wood is starting to warp because of how humid it has been. So sewing's gonna take a back burner, at least for tonight. Maybe Friday night, maybe I'll work on it. I'm still trying to figure out my work schedule. I keep trying to make Monday and Tuesdays my weekends, and then I end up working anyway, and then I end up working on the weekends because Jake's not here, so I feel weird just sitting around the house because he works at the restaurant, so Saturdays and Sundays are his Thursday, Fridays. So I haven't given myself, I haven't figured out like a good sewing day. I would like to schedule at least one day a week or every other week to just be sewing, to start working on the holes I need to fill in my handmade wardrobe and get through some of my fabric stash. I just haven't quite figured it out. One day. Maybe when I figure out my perfect planner, I can do that. I just wish they had a planner that had a sampling of like different styles, but all in like one little planner. So then I could test out which ones and then go buy the one I liked most. Does anyone have that? Is that a thing? Should I just make my own? I don't want to. It's so much printing. Yeah, that's it for crafting. I have not spun anything. I have not sewed anything. I worked a little bit on the cross stitch, but not enough to show you guys anything. I am hoping to have that done, if my estimate is right, in the next 8 Thursdays. As long as... Oh no, I'm not even going to be here next Thursday. Probably 10 Thursdays. As long as Carrie and I keep meeting consistently, I can get 1 leaf done. And I have 6 leaves. And then 4 flowers I have to do, and then I'm done with that. And that is it for the crafting. So if you are not here for shop update or really what's going to be Rhinebeck planning and life stuff, thank you so much for watching. Again, I'm sorry it's been a shorter episode. The crafting bug is not quite there. There's a whisper on the wind of what I want to do, but the doing it has not been that easy for the past couple weeks. I'm sure you could tell by the fewer and fewer projects I work on. But I'm hoping now that the fall season is trying to get here and Rhinebeck is coming up and it's festival season, I'm hoping the inspiration comes back, but we will see. So thank you so much for watching, and if you are here for the rest of it, let us continue on. So a couple shop things. We will be moving our shop updates to Sunday mornings. I did a pullout on Instagram, and as of right now, Sunday was the most popular. I didn't do a poll. Well, I did a poll of weekly versus upload as I die. Upload as I die won, but it was like 2 points less than the Friday versus Sunday poll. So I'm gonna go with a Sunday morning shop update schedule for a little bit and see how that does. And if it ends up being easier for me to just upload them as I go, I will let you know. I do like being able to tell you in the podcast what the updates will be, but if my weekend turns out to be Monday and Tuesday and I record on Wednesdays, then I won't have any yarn dyed to do Wednesday. So there might be like a podcasting schedule change. I'm not sure. I have to sit down and figure that out, but I would like to get through festival season before I start changing everything on myself. Keep an eye out for that and our other big announcement, because there will not be a shop update this Sunday that I know of. It all depends on the advent calendars. If I just have to dye the full skein, and we just got the last of the yarn in because all my distributors are out of, I think I'm out of stock of 3 bases. Yeah, 3 bases of my non-merino bases are out of stock, so we have been trying to figure out what we're gonna do for New England Fiber Festival, and we had to go hunt down like 2 extra skeins to finish the advent calendars because I did not think that they would run out of them. They haven't in the past 2 years that I've used them, so that was a bit of a shock. What was I saying? I'm not sure if I'm going to have any time to dye anything up for the update this Sunday. I just wanted to give you a heads up. But this week we are doing a donation setup. So this Sunday, October 14th, I will be walking at the Out of the Darkness Community Walk, put on by the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. I will be on the Hawaiian Pirates team, and this is a team that has been meeting, I believe, since right after high school. It is, the team is coordinated by Jake and his friends from high school, and they have been walking it as long as I've known him. I've been walking it for the past 4 years. I believe I missed 1 walk since we have started dating. To help raise money for this, it's a foundation that helps raise money and awareness and resources for suicide prevention and families affected by it. So $5 from every skein sold this week. I'll cap it off on Sunday night, so then I can donate before we go to the walk on Sunday night, or cap it off Saturday night and then donate everything Saturday, so it's there before we get there on Friday or Sunday. What? going backwards in time. But $5 from every skein will be donated to that. I did put it up on the website and I put it up on Instagram. So thank you to everybody who has already supported and shared the post and messaged me. I know the knitting community is very hands-on when it comes to being more aware of mental health. I know a lot of us do this because it helps out with our mental health personally. So I just want to say thank you to everybody who has already purchased skeins. I know a couple people, this was their first time buying from me, and this is really what got them to make their first purchase with me, since they were, I'm guessing, planning on doing it before, but now it's a good time. So I'm just super excited to say that the shop is doing well enough that I can help support them in this way. So thank you so much. We already raised, I think we're at $70 in the past day and a half, so that just blew my mind completely. And just thank you so much for any of the future orders that will be going up after I post this podcast. I believe that's it for the updating shop news stuff. We will be having a trunk show at Knit Locally in Gaithersburg, Maryland during Rhinebeck. I will not be there, but the yarn will be there as a Rhinebeck celebration, even though you can't make it to the festival. So I will be sending that out this week as well, and I'm very excited to be working with them, and I hope to work with them again in the future. And we will also start doing things for New England Fiber Festival, which is November 3rd and 4th. So let me know what you would like to see at the Fiber Festival. Do you want to see shawl kits? Do you want to see sweater kits? Do you want to see a lot of single skeins? That sort of thing. I am hoping to have a large variety of the bases there, at least a little bit of everything. It's going to be a lot of, we're definitely going to have a lot of the Aran weight. I'm going to try and get some DK weight dyed up. We're going to bring in the Audrey base, which I know we don't have a lot of usually because I have to hand wind each of those skeins. Lots of the tweed, and then lots of the MCN and Stellina and single ply base. I will bring as much as I can of Marie Cutie and Isaac and Fig Lace, which is our mohair silk, Polworth, and Corriedale nylon blend, but all of those are currently out of stock, so whatever I have left undyed is what I will be bringing. So please bear with me for that. And my mom, who is Little Elephant Yarns, will be having a corner in my booth again this year. And we will be having some mini skein kits up for New England Fiber Festival of the Boyfriend line. So Jake has been working on his Infinity Stone mini skein kits. He worked all day yesterday. Not all day. He worked for like half the day yesterday on his mini skein kits. So we have those dyed up. We just had to split them up into minis. And I think we will debut those at New England Fiber Festival. So yeah, if there's anything you want to see there, let me know. I have started putting together some 3 skein shawl kits for people. That way it's just quick and easy and you don't have to think about it too much. And we will have Audrey pins. We won't have iron pins. I could not get my butt together to get them ordered in time. I'm hoping to get them ready for the Christmas season, but no promises. I feel like every time I say a date, the date just flies past me. I believe that's it for shop update news. If you would like to be updated with shop news, you can sign up for the newsletter on the website, onceuponacorgi.com, and you scroll all the way down and there's a sign up form there. And that's it for shop update news, I believe. Yes, so the rest of this is beyond crafting and our life stuff. I feel like not a lot has happened, but we've done a lot in the past couple weeks. So last Friday I went up to my friend's house for a party light party, which is like one of the ladies comes in with all of her, like, you host like a body shop party for like a consultant comes in with a bunch of stuff and everybody like plays games and orders things. So she did that for candles, and we can't have open flames in this apartment. It's in the lease, but I did manage to get a wax warmer with a cable motif on it and some wax melts because my wax warmer is from college, so I probably need a new one. And it had a cable pattern on it, so I couldn't say no. I tried, but I failed. Saturday night we had a bonfire with a couple of our friends, which was super fun because Iron got to go play with his brother Cecil, which is always a delight. And Cecil's lab brother Clyde, who Iron does not like, but I think he's secretly starting to like him. Right, bud? No, I don't like Clyde. What did we do Sunday? Did we do anything Sunday? No. Nope, we didn't. I just worked. And then Monday, we went up to Hopknot in Southington and did office trivia. We were the Scranton Stranglers, and I don't remember how many points we got. It was a fun night. We had so many pretzels, and that was delicious. Trivia was more different than I thought it was going to be. It wasn't a bad trivia night. Like, we did pretty good. There were just some critiques of how the point system was being handled and kind of keeping track of it. I just feel like if the girl that was doing it had somebody there to help, like, not keep track of the points, but help correct everything and then maybe use an Excel sheet instead of adding everything up it was just, I felt like it could have been organized a little bit better. And then, we weren't totally sure how many points we could get around. So while she was giving the answers, we weren't sure how many points we were getting. So that was a little weird. But other than that, it was a lot of fun. We went with a couple friends, all of which are huge office nerds. So that was a delightful night. And I'm always down for a night of pretzels. And that is what we've been doing. Now it's all Rhinebeck prep. We are getting everything ready for Indie Untangled. I will be working at the booth with Hugh Loco again this year, and I'm very excited to see her again. I'm very excited to see how the booth is going to be evolved and the new space that Indie Untangled is in. So I'm hoping that people can get into the booth a lot easier, because I know some people weren't even able to get to her yarn, and I know that can be super frustrating. So I'm very excited to go back again this year and see how it's changed. And I believe that is it. I will let you go so I can go make some lunch. I started this after breakfast and now it's lunchtime. And get to the mini skeins. I believe we have 4 colorways we just have to label and then start splitting everything up into boxes and dye the 25th skein. So we're almost there. I'm hoping to get all the international orders shipped out before Rhinebeck and all the domestic ones shipped out after Rhinebeck. That way there's plenty of time between shipping and arrival so nothing gets lost in the pre-holiday craze. I would just feel so devastated if something happened because I shipped them out during the holiday season and you did not get your advent calendar in time. So we are working on that. It is a Muppet Christmas Carol advent calendar, and I've been watching that movie on repeat for the past 2 weeks and I love it. Except now I half expect my vegetables to sing to me when I open the fridge. So maybe I should stop watching it. Maybe. All right, I will let you go. Thank you so much for watching and supporting the shop and supporting the podcast. And we will see you next week, which may be a vlog episode because it is Rhinebeck weekend. We'll see. It'll be a surprise for everyone. So thank you so much for watching. We will see you soon. Bye.